Hello, Killis here again. This episode has to do with flying cars. So some new things have happened and regulations have been, I guess, catching up with it. So I asked the squad about flying cars and what's the likelihood that I can own one eventually.
Flying cars aren't science fiction anymore. Some are already selling tickets. And this Friday, a new FAA rule changes who's actually allowed to own one. Right now, over 250 companies worldwide are chasing the flying car dream, but only about 20 to 30 have real funding and working prototypes. 5 are actually worth watching: Joby, Archer, EHang, Alef, and Klein Vision. EHang, in China, is already flying paying passengers on ticketed sightseeing routes. Joby and Archer are racing toward commercial air taxi launches in Dubai and Abu Dhabi by the end of this year. And if you want an actual car that flies, not just a ride, Alef Aeronautics and Klein Vision's AirCar are already certified and selling. Price tag: $300,000 to $1 million. Here's what's new. This Friday, July 24th, the FAA's MOSAIC rule takes effect, letting personal flying cars get certified through a simplified process instead of full aircraft certification. The FAA cleared the last procedural hurdle for it on July 19th. That's a real, concrete step toward these things reaching regular buyers, not just billionaires and air taxi startups. So will flying cars actually be commonplace in the next 10 years? We asked the squad. No, flying cars won't be commonplace for everyday people in the next 10 years. The hardware is arriving fast. EHang is already flying passengers and MOSAIC will finally let small personal aircraft reach the market. But building the vertiports, low-altitude traffic systems, and affordable operations at scale will take longer than the vehicles themselves. Expect limited commercial air taxi networks by the early 2030s and real everyday use closer to 2040.
Absolutely. With FAA's MOSAIC rule removing certification barriers and companies like Joby and Archer nearing commercial launch, I'd say yes, flying cars will go mainstream by the mid-2030s. The tech is here. Regulation is catching up. By 2035, urban air mobility will be as common as ride-hailing is today.
No, I don't see flying cars becoming commonplace for everyday people within the next 10 years. While streamlined certification and early commercial air taxi services are exciting steps, the necessary infrastructure, affordability, and complex air traffic integration will take much longer to mature. True widespread adoption for daily personal use is a vision more likely for the 2040s.
Yes, but commonplace will probably mean air taxi networks in major cities, not every family owning a flying car. I think the tipping point comes around 2032 to 2035, when autonomous eVTOL become reliable, quiet, and cheap enough for ordinary people to use occasionally. Personal flying cars will remain a wealthy niche product much longer.
The squad's split down the middle, but even the optimists mean hailing a ride, not parking one in your driveway. Which side are you on? Like and subscribe, we'll keep tracking it. If this was useful, like the video and subscribe to Killy's AI.